What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Wolfcrier here, and today I wanted to give Path of Exile players out there a few tips on using the Delve as a way to generate more currency so you can get your build going with better gear so that you can push towards your goals in the upcoming Synthesis League. Now, the Delve is to date my favorite addition to Path of Exile, and even during the Betrayal League, I spent the majority of my time farming in the Delve. It's a great way to farm up currency and also proved to be a pretty awesome way to avoid the Syndicate when I didn't want to deal with them as I came closer to leveling during those higher levels. Now, before we start, there are a few changes to Delve farming coming with the Synthesis League. The biggest being the fact that at depths lower than 58, fossils will be much harder to come by, and the deeper you travel within the Delve will result in a greater chance at finding fossils. This will increase the sulfite required to farm for fossils, but I do not expect a huge drop-off in efficiency when it comes to profiting off of your Delve experience. Even with the nerfs to the sulfite scarabs coming in Synthesis, you should still be able to farm up the sulfite needed throughout your mapping to get back into the Delve and turn a decent profit, especially since most maps with sulfite veins will now contain 3 veins instead of the heavily RNG version in the Betrayal League, which varied between 1, 2, or 3 veins. The fossils you can find even early on in the league can sell for some decent currency. This sheet right here shows what some of these fossils were going for on the very last day of the Betrayal League, taken straight from PoE Ninja. And during the league, I was actually making about 8 or 9 chaos per dense fossil, and between 2 to 6 chaos for many of the other fossils out there. And even as the league progressed and I started buying up gilded sulfite scarabs at 38 chaos apiece, I was still able to gain between 200 and 400 chaos profit per each 25,000 sulfite run. And I wasn't even as optimal as many others out there. So, where should you farm in the Delve? Many people out there tell you to focus on dense nodes, which can be found in the fungal caverns of the Delve, or the scorched, pristine, and prismatic fossils that you find in the magma fissure areas. But I'm going to tell you to farm everywhere, especially early on in the league, as it's hard to say at this point what each fossil will be selling for as the league progresses and builds come in and out of favor within the community. There are a few fossils out there that will be harder to sell, but sometimes those fossil nodes can contain more than one fossil, and some contain more than one kind of fossil. For instance, the dense fossil nodes in the fungal caverns always seem to have one dense fossil within them. However, corroded fossil nodes in both the fungal caverns and the petrified forest can hold both corroded and dense fossils, and usually drop more than one dense fossil in each node. Not only that, but the side areas in which you are hunting fossils occasionally have hidden wealth chests containing currency such as chaos, as well as unique item chests and perhaps some pieces of gear that might be upgrades for you early on in the league. Once you get going, you should be able to figure out what works best for you as far as your desired path and farming areas in the Delve. And once you do decide where you want to farm, you will want to look for those longer routes between Delve nodes. These areas have a much better chance at having several offshoots from the main path, leading to more fractured walls and more fossil nodes. Very short distances between Delve nodes usually will yield less or no offshoots at all. So you want to watch out for those medium to long size paths between nodes. But don't forget that very long routes will usually yield many more offshoots, but will cost more sulfite and cause you to need more flares as well, possibly causing you to farm half the run and then travel back through after completing the run and refilling your flares, especially early on until you can increase your flare cache, which brings us to spending your azurite. What should you spend your azurite on as you're farming in the Delve? Number one, I would say, is sulfite. The longer you can spend in the delve, the better, and the more sulfite you can carry helps you stay in the delve. Followed by darkness resistance until you are at a point where you can easily survive the area that you're going to farm, as well as light radius for the area you're farming. Then you definitely want to start leveling up your flare cache. And once you get your darkness resistance and light radius to where you want it, you pretty much want to rotate flares and sulfite so that you can build up your flares. I like to be able to hold around 14 or 15 flares once I get into my end game farming. And then dynamite, I would probably cap at 5. You're really not going to need more than 5 dynamites in order to farm the delve because you'll be going up to the surface to replenish your flares anyways. And it's very rare that you're going to find more than 2 fractured walls per run through the delve. So you'll be able to do 3 runs with all your flares and your dynamite and then go back up, replenish your supplies, and head back into the delve and continue your farming. And my final tip for you as far as farming the delve for currency, I would hold on to all of your fossils until you are done with your complete delve run because you can easily sell most fossils in bulk and people are willing to buy them all or at least a big chunk of your fossils at the same time, saving you time as far as trading goes and allowing you to get back into mapping for more sulfite and then back into the delve for more farming. Hopefully this information helps some of you people out there because I personally really enjoy the delve. It's my favorite thing that's been added to this game, as I've said, and I am so glad that it has become a core mechanic because I really enjoy it. I do look forward to Synthesis League and checking out everything that the League has to offer, but I will always find my way back to the delve. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I always greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and definitely comment down below if you like this video and if you'd like more Path of Exile videos for me, which is probably going to happen anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again, and you all have a fantastic day. Peace.